Okay, cool. So basically, would be great to just hear your feedback on what it's been like to do the intensive session with me.
Pretty mind-blowing, actually. I think when I started, I didn't really know what to expect. I'll be honest. I knew I needed something. I knew it needed to be around my mindset, but I didn't anticipate the overwhelming feeling I've got, and I could probably get quite emotional. I'm just going to be as I am now. But I think I feel empowered. I've gone from in the beginning. I felt, yes, I needed something, but I don't know where my confidence was. I'd lost it, and I'm quite a naturally confident person normally, but I'd lost it. And you've tapped into something that I'm so excited about. People are noticing. People have said to me, "You're different. What's changed? What's happened? Your energy is great. I'm sleeping better. I feel like I look better."
You do. You got a glow. Yeah, for sure.
I do. I feel like I've got my glow. Whereas when I first joined, I actually felt quite insecure, and I felt quite nervous coming on, I think, because I didn't know what to expect. I was a little bit embarrassed that I felt like this. And you've tapped into something that has just completely, I just feel like this inner something or other has come out. It's pretty amazing.
And what had you tried? Like, what was it like before you worked with me? Like, how long have you been trying to crack the code, or how would you describe it before you came to do this work?
So I've been probably honestly trying to do business like this that I knew in my heart I could not give up on for 5 years. 5 years I've been trying. But what I've been doing, which I realise now, is that I've been looking for the next strategy, the next how-to. Whereas what I needed was to tap into my mindset work. I'd heard it, but I wasn't enrolled in it. Something spoke to me, and I just booked a call with you. And no matter, it was, what I want to say is, it didn't matter at that point how much it was either. I'll be honest, because I knew my mindset was a lot around money. But at that point, I thought, I just need something. I need to speak to Jenna or speak to you. And so I've tried and tried and tried. And I feel like I've been on a complete hamster wheel forever. And now I'm not. And I've realized that the mindset work, I've always known about the mindset work, and I've always known in my own business that I wanted to do some mindset work around whoever I was working with, but I didn't actually appreciate the power of it.
Mm-hmm.
And how much is you tapped into, how much is sat in your subconscious mind. And when you unlock it, it's pretty special, actually. I feel pretty special right now.
Amazing.
And so quick.
So yeah, how would you, if you were describing the intensive, so you've done the intensive with me, if you were describing that to somebody else who you recognize potentially needs this work too, what would you say to them? How would you describe the work that we've done together?
So intense, but not, intense can sound intense, if you know what I mean. Whereas what I've really liked about it, it's been a quick process, I suppose. And I like the fact that you're there all the time. You know, you're available. So we've done these sessions quite quickly. They've been a good amount of time, I think, but having you in between has been really, really beneficial. You just don't know what's going to come up. So I think, you know, of course, I would say to people, you just need to sign up, most definitely. But if you want the quickest turnaround, I think, if you don't want to wait years and years, like I've almost waited, and I have no regret for that, but I've waited years and years. If you want to turn something around quickly, then you need to do this. Because now I feel like I'm unlocked to do more. That's the thing. And I will carry on doing more, because I don't think you need to stop. Now I can see how exciting it is. I will be telling people to just do it. quite honestly.
Amazing. What else could I ask you? What worried you about doing this work? That maybe you could speak to others if they're worried the same for the same reasons?
I worried that I was just going down another rabbit hole, I'll be honest, because I've invested before in coaching, but in strategy coaching. So I was worried that I would be spending more money and I still would feel the same at the end of it. But I don't feel the same at the end of it as I did before. And one coaching before, I actually sit sometimes with a little bit of regret, actually, because I think, God, if I'd known then what I know now, I wasted that money. However, I was on that path. I was meant to do that to get to this point. I do believe that in the universe, actually. And I know you can edit this because I can't remember what I was going to say. But that, yeah.
It is that whole piece about the inner work comes first, and because we have actually done a lot of strategy work, but the inner work came first, right?
Absolutely. And the clarity around that, once we've done the inner work, the clarity around, we've literally just written almost my business plan in the last hour and a half, whereas I've tried for 5 years to get that done. And I now have a clear path as to where I go, because I feel like I'm now on the aeroplane, taking off with it rather than waving to it. So that's a good analogy, that really good analogy. Yeah, it's pretty good, Jenna.
So good. Oh, I'm so should we make this into an unedited episode?
Oh,
we could do, couldn't we?
Yeah, and I could be on your podcast.
You could. Oh, that's amazing. Okay, so this I'll put this out as an unedited episode. Why not? Okay, so just to be clear, Sallianne has done my intensive offer. Okay, so what that means is she has had 3 90-minute Zoom sessions with me. She's had one-to-one voice note coaching and support between sessions, and has had a bespoke hypnosis audio too, to do all the subconscious reprogramming. We ended up doing hypnosis on the first and second session, but today we just did coaching, and everything was super intuitive the whole way, wasn't it? And if you listen to the podcast episodes, I ended up talking about Sallianne after our first episode. There was something around money, wasn't there? And we ended up doing a lot of tapping on it, but it was not like, we weren't talking about money at all. It was nothing to do with it. It was about worthiness. And that first session just unlocked so much. And you've said every time you've come on, you've like, people have been noticing, and you didn't actually tell anybody until you said you told your daughter, but lots of people have mentioned how you're just different and your energy is different.
I just made a conscious decision that, and I think there was a little bit of a decision that some of the closest people to me know that I keep investing in things. So I just kept it private as well, because I just wanted it for myself.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize the power of that, actually. When I decided that consciously not to tell people, within a week, I'd had 3 very different people come to me and say, wow, what is it about you? You've changed. Have you changed your hair? And I'm like, no, nothing. I haven't changed. And I didn't tell them. What I was doing, but I was so super empowered by that. I can't tell you. I was so excited to hear that, because I felt like I was getting myself back.
Yeah.
Because I like that. I like that feeling around people and that energy around people, and just, feeling into other people, if you know what I mean. And then for people to acknowledge that and recognize that was a real turning point for me. 3 people in 1 week.
Yeah.
First week of doing, our work and my my listening in the evening. Can't remember what it's called.
Your audio, your hypnosis audio.
My audio. That's it. Now my audio, I just, and I remember with my audio actually that a week in, I had to stay awake to listen to it, because I hadn't slept all night through for months. And literally, I put it on, within minutes I was asleep, so I hadn't actually heard any of it. But the power of it has certainly come through with, and my energy levels are different. I feel different. I feel very different.
That's the hard thing to communicate about it. It's just like when you've got subconscious reprogramming, your wiring is different. So you feel different because your emotions and how you feel is determined by your programming. So when your programming is more empowered and more confident and more resilient and all of those things, then of course you're going to feel different. But it's so hard to communicate. So I'm so happy that we're going to use this as an unedited episode, and it just shows how quick it can work. This is your third out of 3 intensive sessions, and you're in a very different place. And even actually, like you said earlier, we've got a whole new business plan here today, because you came onto the call with 2 different business ideas. They were both connected, but you were excited and empowered, and basically you knew you could make a success out of both of them. It was just about deciding which one to go for. And I did this visualization exercise with you where it was so obvious, wasn't it? You can describe it in your own words. Yeah, how was that?
So I was at a really nice fork, you said, and I'm always on a yellow brick road because I love the Wizard of Oz, and that's where they are, and I always go to that place. But when I went down one road, it was fine. It was okay. You know, I was making a success of it. It was good. But when I went down the other road, I was really enjoying myself. I felt like goosebumps in me, and I was just living it. I was breathing it. I was enjoying it. I could see people having fun. And then there was we did something at the end where I had to think, okay, we're now back together, and we have a light bulb. Which light bulb? The one light bulb didn't even come on. The other light bulb was so bright, it was just so obvious, and I couldn't help but sit there and grin. And it was so powerful, really good.
Yeah. So excited now. And we've got a month worth of one-to-one voice note support, and then we have another a call in 4 weeks time. And I've set Sallianne up to do a journaling as if exercise where she's going to write down do a journaling exercise with the date of our next call in 4 weeks time, and just write as if the most amazing things have happened. And then with my support, as and when you need it. And I think your mindset's in a very strong place now, so it's going to be very strategy focused, because you've got this plane, you're in the plane, and it's about getting that plane off the ground now. So I'm so excited for what's available to you, what you are going to make happen over the next 4 weeks. It's really, really exciting. And so, watch this space, everybody. And I didn't even realize we were going to put together an unedited episode. I just said, oh, have you got a couple of minutes? I would love to capture some feedback on this intensive offer. And we've got an unedited episode. So thank you so much. It's been great.
I'm delighted to be on on one of your podcast shows. Brilliant. Absolutely.
That was one of our conversations earlier, wasn't it? It's about guesting on podcasts, and you've manifested it already, Sallianne.
I've done it, so I need to put that out there that I've done it.
Yeah.
On a podcast. Wonderful.
Brilliant. Okay, so Sallianne, I'd love to give you the opportunity to share with the world what is your business idea that by the way has been birthed today in this session, but I can see Sallianne has everything in her that she needs to get this metaphorical plane off the ground very quickly. She's amazing, and I can see she's amazing. So Sallianne, please share with the world what you're going to be doing.
So with confidence, I can say that I'm a leadership coach for nursery managers, and I have so much joy around working in early years. I've done it for over 20 years, and I knew from a really early age that I wanted to be a teacher. It's just been in me. And now I'm at the stage where I feel so passionately about the way we bring up children, the way we interact with them, and the impact that we have upon the very, very precious earliest years of their life, that now I want to teach as many people as I can, particularly nursery managers who have access to all of their practitioners, to show them how to interact with the children so that we can make a bigger impact out there.
Yeah.
That feels amazing.
Yeah.
That's so
I'm very excited. So if and we're not ruling this out, because energy and intention and all of the things is just incredible, right? So let's say we have a nursery manager who is listening to this podcast who feels that they have what it takes to make their nursery successful, but they're just lacking confidence and just feel a bit overwhelmed and feel like you could be the one to help them, where can they find you?
On Instagram. LinkedIn. I was trying to think of something fancy. LinkedIn is where you'll find me, of course.
LinkedIn's where you'll find you. Okay, brilliant. I'll make sure that when this episode goes live, we will have your LinkedIn link in the show notes, so people can find you. And yeah, thank you so much for being a guest on the show, Sallianne.
Thank you. It's been very exciting, and I'm just overwhelmed. Thank you so much, Jenna. Thank you.
You're so welcome. Absolutely my pleasure. Apologies for the noise. We have a lawnmower and a dog barking, but this is the thing about Unedited. It doesn't matter. So brilliant. Thank you so much for listening, everybody. Don't forget, we have a podcast giveaway competition at the moment. So all you need to do is, if you are listening on Apple right now, write a little review for the show. 5-star naturally. If it's not a 5-star review, don't bother. So write a review. It doesn't have to be super long. It literally can be 2 words. Great podcast. It doesn't matter. Okay, just pop something there, screenshot it, send it to me over on Instagram or on email, and post it, and that will get you entered into a giveaway to win one-to-one coaching with me. Doesn't matter if you're not a business owner, I do alignment coaching as well. So yes, get yourself in the giveaway, and if you want more than one entry, share this episode or share one of my podcast episodes to your stories on Instagram and tag me. That will give you another entry. So yeah, appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here, for listening. And I think my daughters are home from their grandparents now, so we have to end. Thank you so much for listening. See you all soon. Brilliant. There we go. Thank you for listening to the Bigger Than You podcast with your host, Jenna Holloway. If this episode has been valuable to you, please share it with a friend or leave a review.